the thing that I came up with for my real estate agent is auto deduction. All right, so let's get into this auto deduction. And this is a very popular thing all over social media, but it's very nuanced, actually. Yeah, I don't know if your accountants are really telling you about this, but they talk about the concepts a lot online. But let's talk about the auto deduction. So obviously, here are the basics. So if you're going to use your vehicle, obviously you use your car for business in order to take advantage of the auto, right? And another thing you want to do is to track your mileage. So you can do it the old school way by having a hard copy mileage log that you use, or you can use an application like we do in 2023 with all this technology. So they have Mile IQ, QuickBooks have a version that uses GPS technology. So anytime you leave and come back, it actually, whether this travel was for personal or business, you swipe left or right. Pretty fair enough, right? One thing to know about auto and car deductions and writing off a vehicle is that commuting is not business miles. So think about that. If you're driving from your home to your office, that is considered commuting. The IRS doesn't give you a deduction for that. But as soon as you leave your office and you go out into the world, you go meet with a client, showing them a home, right? All across town. Or if you go to the store for supplies, right? That's when you can start tracking these business miles so that you can get a deduction for it. Okay. One thing I do want to add, especially with the auto thing, because I've seen this early on when I first started out about 15 years ago. People think that just because you slap a sign on your vehicle that you can take advantage of the car deduction. It's not based on a sign. It's actually based on two things. On the next slide, I'll explain it. So there are two different methods to get a deduction on your taxes as it relates to the auto. So there's the standard method, which in 2023, you get 65.5 cents per mile times however many business miles. And then there's the actual method where you'll have to determine your business use of your vehicle if you use it for both business and personal. Now, the actual method allows you to write off actual expenses like your fuel, oil and gas, any tires that you have to get changed, registration fees, repairs, tune-ups, as well as depreciation, because a vehicle is an asset as well from a tax perspective, but you also get to write off your lease payments. So let's say if you're leasing the vehicle, you get to take those write-offs for that, but you don't get depreciation along with lease payments. What I will say about this though, is this is just scratching the surface. The laws around writing off a vehicle are very complex and nuanced. They don't tell you about this online. They just kind of put it out there for marketing's sake. But a couple things that you should think about in addition to that is consider how long you're going to keep the vehicle, consider how many miles you're expected to put on the vehicle, and consider the cost of the vehicle. Those three things will help guide you to which method that you want to take advantage of, all right? So just sit down with your CPA tax professional and have a discussion about that.